Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday this week means we've got a common charity build for you guys. And I built it on here because, again, things are still fluctuating. Now, before we get into it, it is a Red Eyes build. All these cards are available as commons. And, of course, we're using their real-life ratios for, like standardized advanced format play, rather than worrying about what is currently possible in the Master Duel. So before we get into it, it is Red Eyes, but it's also Exodia, because guys, I've been having an issue. This happens to me like once every 3 years or so. I play Exodia for like a week, and it ends up being like a month-long illness. So I'll tell you what. If you guys want another variant of a common charity Red Eyes, something that's a little more combat oriented, I can put that another couple weeks out. But let me give you guys my Red Eyes Exodia build. And again, I'm sorry if this wasn't what was meant when this was requested. As you can tell, I don't have a lot of these cards in Master Duel yet. But it's going to start off pretty simple. You are going to need all 5 pieces of Exodia. This is your win condition. That's enough said there. Next, we're going to be using 3 copies of the card D. And this guy's really cool, and 2 things. First, of the 20 monster cards in this deck, he is the only non-dark attribute. And he's also the only one you really ever see on the field outside of Fader. Normally, this can never be special summoned. During the main phase 1, if you did normal summon it this turn, you may by effect tribute the card and then draw 2 cards. If you do this, the turn immediately accelerates to the end phase. Additionally, you may not special summon during the turn that you activate this effect, which again is fine. The only time we're going to special summon in this build is literally when we use Battle Fader's effect to stop our opponent from, curb stomping us. So to be fair, which means then we need to talk about Battle Fader. So when the opponent's monster lines you up for a direct attack, you can special summon this card from the hand in response to the attack, and then accelerate to the end of the battle phase. So again, we get to full block them for 1 turn. If summoned this way, banish it when it leaves the field. Again, fine. Not too hurt about it. And then we've got 9 copies, or 9 variations, 3 variations, 3 playsets, 9 cards, all 7-star Red Eyes. And that is going to matter. Also note that they are all Dark Dragons as well. So obviously we get the vanilla guy, and again, structure decks and everything else. This guy's really easy to get your hands on common. The Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon. Now this is one of the Geminis from the legendary decks, or maybe it was just re-released in a legendary deck. But that is where you're going to find the common copy. And it's really cool because it gets all the same things that a normal Gemini would state. It's normal in the graveyard, it's normal on the field. You could normal summon it to give it its effect. The effect is actually really cool. And this is one of the reasons I don't mind actually building a combat variant. I've been on my Exodia kick, guys. I don't know what to say. When this one has an effect, the effect is if damage calculation is performed involving this card, at the end of that battle phase, you can then inflict damage to the opponent equal to this card's original attack. Each effect may only be used once per turn. And again, that's pretty cool. It's 2400. It gets its own like Inferno Fire Blast effect. Sweet. And then we're using the Red Eyes Toon Dragon. And again, this guy, I think he's only been printed twice. Once, I believe, was a super rare. And then the second time, I think it was the remix from the legendary Duelists set. Give me half a second. Time for some coffee. Alright. But it was released as a common in one of the legendary Duelist sets, which is perfect. Now, you don't need to know all of the effects here, because we're just using it for a name. But it's fun because it works between 2 archetypes. It works for Toons and it works for Red Eyes. And this really comes in handy once we get into the draw engine for the deck. And the first card I'd like to talk about for that is the Allure of Darkness. And again, you guys know this spell. You guys love this spell. The Allure of Darkness, draw 2 cards, banish a dark from the hand, or if you could not, then lose your entire hand. Send everything to the discard pile. So again, you have 9 Red Eyes monsters. Heck, banish a Battle Fader if you have to, but get the draw and get it going. Alright, big reason why there's 9 Red Eyes cards is the Cards of Red Stone spell card. And again, you're going to find this in these same legendary decks. Send a level 7 Red Eyes monster from the hand to the graveyard, draw 2. Then you could send 1 level 7 Red Eyes monster from the deck to the graveyard. You can only activate 1 of these per turn. Now let's talk about why that's so good. First off, you've got 9 targets. So it's a pitch 1, draw 2. Very similar to how Allure of Darkness is already going to work for you. But additionally, it allows you to send that extra card. And when you really want to think about some forms of Exodia, being able to get other cards out of the way before you actually use draw effects, this actually gives you more bang for the buck because you will deck thin. So if I had Allure and I had Cards of Red Stone and I've got 2 Red Eyes cards in my hand, I'm gonna pitch 1. I'm gonna draw my 2 off of this, pitch another one out of my deck so that there's less cards in my deck when I go to activate the Allure of Darkness. And again, it's kind of a simple little mindset. It just is what it is, and it's fun. Another card I was using a lot in here was the card Advance. Again, we don't need to worry about the second half of the effect. We're not tribute summoning, so we're not needing an extra tribute summon. What I wanted was to look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put it back in any order. Again, once you're down to like the last piece, being able to try to accelerate the timetable and get the card where you want it is perfect. Also, Dark World Dealings, because again, we're going to have tons of cards, and if you guys, obviously you guys could already see the pots of duality, but like we said with our cards of the Redstone or the additional card advances, they're usually like a once per turn, or like you wouldn't really play 2 of these in a turn. So it's good to have some cards that you know for a fact that after you draw 1, it's a safe drop. So, and again, you pair this off, you get into like the card car, you can normal summon it. When you're done playing all your spells, just pop the card car, get your extra 2 cards, end your turn. Going along the same theory as the cards of the Redstone, we are using Tune Tables of Contents. These are wonderful. So this is something that's more reminiscent of something I'm going to do tomorrow when we're dealing with like the Blue Eyes Library build. The Tune Table allows me to play it, to grab the the next copy, grab the next copy, and in this deck allows me to also grab a Tune copy of the Red Eyes Black Dragon, which could then be used for the Allure of Darkness, the Dark World Dealings, the cards of the Red Stone, insert, card name here. So again, it does allow us to get other cards out of the way immediately. So as soon as you have one of these, you just play through and cycle all of them, and that's it. So again, it takes 3 cards out of your deck immediately. It's fine. Upstart Goblin. This is the reason I mentioned at the beginning of the video that the cards that we're using could be used in a different orientation right now. I could use 3 copies of Upstart because it's Master Duel, but in the advanced format I'm still bound by the 1, and that's really what I'm trying to do here, is the advanced format version of the deck. So again, get your Upstart, get your 1, it's good. The triple duality, again, this is perfect, this is fantastic. Comes common, I want to say one of the more recent printings for that. I want to say it was in one of the ancient Egyptian god decks. If not, it's still pretty easy and pretty cheap to get. It allows you to excavate the top 3 cards of your deck so you and your opponent both see them. Then you choose to add one of those cards to your hand, shuffling the rest back into the deck. Activate only 1 per turn, cannot special summon the turn you activate this. And this brings up one more interesting point. If I have duality, because I arranged my my deck with the card advance, I'm now reshuffling the top everything. So there's not as much of a negative interaction. So it's a little bit of interplay, but it's really casual. Again, I don't really see this deck going to like Nats or anything. Last spell. The last spell card is going to be 1 Day of Peace. All players draw a card and nobody takes damage until the end of the opponent's next turn. So again, you count this plus your battle faders. We have 4 turns that we could block for. We have plenty of cards to draw. Almost every spell is dedicated to at least arranging the cards, if not getting a card out of the deck. So guys, this is my deck. It's pretty straightforward. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys are looking for the advanced list Blue Eyes library deck, again, we've got that on here. We're going to do that one tomorrow. And then we might just go back to doing some more laddering because, guys, I'm still not sure how I haven't lost yet. I get it, I'm only playing a couple games a day, but Jeezy Pete's, I expected something to happen by now. Well, thank you guys for stopping by. It means everything. You guys already know that because I say it every day. But seriously, thank you. And if you guys want to continue to support the channel, it's very easy. Like, comment, subscribe, share the channel with your friends. But again, even if you don't do any of that, do me one favor, my friends. Go out and try to have yourself a great day today, alright? Should be a good one. And again, we're almost halfway through the week, so kind of crazy. Alright guys, see you later.